All right, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling something a little different.
Okay.
It's this piece about excuses and results.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because it's short,
Mm-hmm.
but it's powerful. Like, every line is impactful.
Right.
It's saying you have to pick a lane,
What interesting.
excuses or progress,
Uh,
and there's no in between.
I like that.
What do you think about that idea?
I mean, it's a bold statement, right?
Yeah.
To come out and say, hey, you have to make a choice. You can't sort of like straddle the line.
Mm,
But I think there's something powerful about that idea, that it's about like personal agency
yeah,
and the power of choice. We're faced with decisions every day, and sometimes even just accepting a situation
yeah,
is a choice in itself, you know?
right, yeah.
You're choosing to stay stuck.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I read this piece, the first line that really jumped out at me was this line.
Oh, yeah.
You can make excuses or you can make progress, but not both.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that just hit me right between the eyes because I think we've all been there.
Oh, absolutely.
Where we're making excuses, but
Yeah.
we're trying to convince ourselves that it's not really our fault.
We're really good at that as humans, you know,
Yeah.
justifying and rationalizing our behavior.
Totally.
And it's interesting how this idea ties into the whole concept of mindset.
Oh, okay.
You know, you have a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset.
Right.
Somebody with a fixed mindset, they might say something like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't get that promotion because my boss doesn't like me.
Right.
But somebody with a growth mindset might say, okay, well, what could I have done better? What skills could I have improved
Oh, I see.
to make myself a stronger candidate?
So it's about taking ownership of your situation rather than
Exactly.
feeling like you're powerless.
Like things are just happening to you.
Right. And that actually leads perfectly into the next line from this piece,
Oh, yeah.
which is winners take responsibility. Losers blame circumstances.
Mm.
Like it's blunt, but it's kind of true, right?
Yeah, there's no sugarcoating there, right?
Yeah.
But it cuts to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
And it really makes you think about, well, how often am I taking responsibility versus deflecting blame?
Think about like athletes,
Oh, yeah.
like the really great ones.
The ones who reach the top consistently.
Yeah. They're always talking about how they,
Yeah.
they analyze their mistakes.
Right. They look at their losses.
Yeah. And they try to figure out where they went wrong.
And they identify their weaknesses so they can work on them.
Right.
And get better. They don't spend time dwelling on
Yeah.
like bad calls from the ref or
Right.
unfavorable weather conditions. They focus on what they can control.
Like Michael Jordan getting cut
Oh, yeah. What a great example.
from his high school basketball team.
Exactly. He could have just quit,
Yeah.
but instead he used it as fuel
Yeah.
to work even harder.
So it's not that we're never going to encounter setbacks or
Right.
like things that are outside of our control,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about how we choose to respond.
Yeah, our reaction to those things
Yeah.
determines the outcome.
And that takes us to the last line of the piece, which is, it's really simple, but I thought it was really profound.
Mm-hmm.
The choice is yours.
Powerful, right?
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're not just passengers in life.
Mm.
You know, we have the ability to grab the steering wheel and make choices about the direction we want to go.
I think sometimes we forget that we
Yeah.
do have that power.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think if we sort of boil all this down,
Yeah.
what you're really talking about is recognizing the excuse trap.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's easy to fall into,
Oh, yeah.
right? And I think,
It's comfortable. It's easy to blame something else
Yeah.
than to take responsibility.
but to make progress, you have to take responsibility even when it's hard
You got it.
and focus on what you can control.
Exactly. And as you go about your day today and this week, think about this. Where are you? Maybe control. Letting excuses hold you back. What's one small step, even just one tiny thing, you can take today to shift from blame to action, from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset?
Yeah.
That small chuck could be the start of something really amazing.